Chloe Christina Smith, 25, was riding Friday night when her horse reportedly refused to jump, throwing her from the saddle before the animal collapsed and suffered a fatal neck injury. Smith was airlifted to a nearby hospital, but later died from her injuries surrounded by family. Loved ones say the accident happened just weeks after she achieved her dream of purchasing and operating her own horse farm in Berlin, Massachusetts. Remembered as a passionate rider, trainer, and animal lover, Smith had dedicated her life to horses and hoped to turn her farm into a gathering place for the community. Family members say she died doing what she loved most.
The electronics department is literally glitching so hard right now, and the cashiers are absolutely stunned. $54 for a massive 70-inch LG 4K smart TV. Drop your zip code below for local stock info. Check the first comment. You will find this deal in my free deals group.
A family member who works at the hospital, and we were just on a morning walk, and we were told we couldn't leave because there was an active shooter. And so I'm also a healthcare worker, but I don't work at this hospital, and I know kind of the protocol. And so we just have to stay calm and hunker down and wait for it to end.
Yeah. And Jane, I know you said you don't want to go into too much details about those people that you saw, but do you have any information as to what state they were in without going into, again, a lot of identifying information?
The people that I saw were stable.
Okay.
They definitely, they had sustained some sort of injury from gunshot wounds, but they looked stable as far as I could tell. But I moved to a safe area prior to seeing any other victims.
Were they authorities, police officers, investigators out there in the hospital as well, helping you guys figure out where to go, where to hunker down at, and then even when they told you, okay, you're free to go at this point, what was, I guess, when were you able to leave the hospital? How long did that take from, hey, hunker down to you can go now?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. And what was that like? I mean, you obviously were waiting to see if it was safe to leave the hospital, and you're not sure what's coming next, how long you might have had to hunker down for. What was that like in that moment, knowing there's something going on, there's a shooter out there? I'm not even sure if you knew at that point that one person had been killed, 11 others injured. What was that like at that point?
There's definitely a sense of uncertainty, and I kind of, to a certain extent, I kind of felt like being in the hospital was probably one of the safer places to be. So I felt like I actually texted. I live in the neighborhood of the hospital, and so I just texted a bunch of my neighbors and told them to stay home and stay safe. I was more concerned about their safety out on the streets. I was hoping that none of them were driving by the site, or none of them were near the shooting site, and I was more nervous about the people outside the hospital than and hoping that they were safe and that none of them turned into any of the victims.
Completely understandable. Jane, thank you so much for talking to us. I know this is
that we have had an active shooter in our community. We want to start off by saying that our thoughts and prayers are absolutely with the victims and with their families. We do have 11 known victims at this time. There's at least one victim that is dead on the scene. We already have a perimeter established. The situation is now secured in that area, but we're still asking that all Midlanders stay put. If you're in that area, you don't need to be out and driving around or going to try to see anything.